guys, finally, Trump issues the third warning to the Tinubu's government that is coming to Nigeria to strike the hideouts of the terrorists that are, destroying the Christian community in Nigeria. Now, take a look at this tweet by the White House of the United States of America, and it says Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening there and in numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. President Trump is declaring war against Islamic terrorists that is coming to save the Christian population around the world. Now, I'm going to allow you to take a look at the video that Trump granted a broadcast. But before then, take a look at this reaction. This person said, President Trump means business. This is the third warning that Trump is really coming. He's not joking. Now, after Trump made this broadcast yesterday, this is the latest headline today. It says, U.S. military draws up plans for airstrike in Nigeria following Trump's order on terrorists. So, the plans are already on ground to come and fetch out these bad guys. So guys, a whole lot is happening. Trump actually means business. This is coming at a time when people like Adamu Galba are now changing their position. He was once said to be a supporter of the bandits, but now he is changing his position. Anyway, guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at the video where Trump spoke. Even Ted Cruz also has concurred to what Trump is saying and the steps Trump is about to take. Take your time, watch these videos, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Now take a look.
He is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria. It's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen.
I am Wilfred Chikbana, but not appear here as the bishop, the Catholic Bishop of Makurdi Diocese, the capital of Benue State in Nigeria. I am the shepherd of one of the 4 dioceses, Catholic dioceses in Benue. We have others, Anglican, Methodist, and Pentecostals, which sort of the Benue State has a population of about 6.1 million people, 2 million of whom are those under my care as the bishop of the diocese. Benue State is about 98% Christian, with very few Muslims living in towns. Nigeria and eventually my diocese and the state of Benue have become, in recent years, one of the most dangerous and insecure places for Christians. Christians and Muslims are nearly evenly divided among Nigeria's large population of over 200 million persons. Islamist extremists are fiercely contesting the possession, control, and governing law of the land, especially in the country's northern and central regions, the latter of which is where Benue is located. There are constant ethnic, political, and religious conflicts over land and allegiance. Constitutionally, we are a secularist country, but our unity has been fragile. Political and religious actions and even public speech have been carefully managed to avoid accusations of religious bias and political tensions. Today, the clear influence of Islamist extremists has changed the traditional social dynamics of tribe, ethnicity, religion, and the social status in Nigeria. Because just recently, at the beginning of the Ramadan fast, 12 states in northern Nigeria have declared closed schools so that they attend to this. And you can imagine, which other country in the world does that? Saudi Arabia is not doing it. Afghanistan is not doing it. Baghdad is not doing it, but then Nigeria is practicing. What kind of Islam are they practicing? 12 states, and not only Muslims are living in these places. What happens with the educational program or curriculum of the country? But this is what we are going through every day in Nigeria. A long-term Islamic agenda to homogenize the population has been implemented over several presidencies through a strategy to reduce and eventually eliminate the Christian identity of half of the population. This strategy includes both violent and non-violent actions, such as the exclusion of Christians from positions of power and adoption of such church members, the raping of women, the killing and exploitation of Christians, the destruction of churches and farmlands of Christian farmers, followed by the occupation of such lands by the Fulani herders, and also changing the names of these villages. They are taking over the places, so you clearly see an expansionist approach and Islamic, and then they are making the people now flee and leave their villages, and they conquer it. The quest to Islamalize the land appears high on the agenda of some of the powerful and influential Muslims in Nigeria. There is a campaign to take land to spread Islam, and there is the hemorrhaging of Christian farmers from the central region of Nigeria and Benue State, and Makurdi Diocese in particular, as they are forced to abandon fertile lands that used to feed the nation, which classify Benue as the food basket of the nation. Militant Fulani herdsmen are terrorists destroying society. They steal and vandalize, they kill and boast about it. They kidnap and rape, and they enjoy total impunity from the elected authorities. None of them have been arrested and brought to justice. This is supported by the corrupt system in which we operate and the abject poverty among us, which allow the criminals to easily attract more recruits and prey on more victims. Why is this happening? Is it really a religious war? Like in the past, many jihadists are motivated less by religion than by spoils of war, and use their religion to impose themselves. In my diocese, the spoils consist mainly of fertile, well-tended land organized around my parishes or so. The jihadists come and adopt and kill the priests, leaving thousands without support and basic human services. And of course, when they disperse the people, the inhabitants, or the citizens, or the people of the lands, they take over. And any attempt to go back and take care of your farms, surely you get killed. The Makurdi Diocese in Benue State has been the epicenter of the invasion by these herders, who are more like hired guns of cattle oligarchies, who manipulate religion to rally the herders to eliminate the Christian population and cleanse the land in the name of Islam. This objective is behind the relentless attacks against Benue's villages. When we call for help to the police and the army, they do not come. At the end of 2024, several villages were warned by the attackers of the upcoming violence, and the leaders called the police for defense ahead of time. But they did not come, and the Christian massacres, almost customary, took place, killing hundreds in Plateau and Benue, with the worst massacre claiming 47 people. The militant also burned down the 8 Catholic churches of St. Mary's Parish in the Diocese of Boko, which in Benue State, as well as the parish house, clinics, schools, and other houses. The militant Fulani herdsmen bear on defenseless villagers without consequences. They follow orders to conquer, kill, and occupy. They attack even those who have managed to escape into our IDP camps. Thereby, they have no place to run to. And it is unfortunate that the police system in Nigeria, orders have to come from above. And such that once there's a call, and they say they have never responded. And by the time they arrive, these people have left, and the people are now living in the pool of their blood. What I have recounted above is happening not only in Benue State. I believe our experience in Benue is symptomatic of what is happening elsewhere in large parts of Nigeria. The experience of the Nigerian Christians today can be summed up as that of a church under Islamist extermination. It is frightening to live there. Apart from the violent campaigns and attacks against Christian villages, there are now attempts by the Islamic Council of Nigeria and various Islamic groups to impose Sharia law on the Christian populations. Already, 12 states in the north of Nigeria are under this sectarian religious law, and attempts to extend the same to the south of Nigeria, which they have started. This month, governors in the north decided appropriately to close all schools and education institutions during the months of Ramadan, leaving millions of students without learning opportunity for 5 weeks. We live in fear because at any point it can be our turn to be killed, but to remain silent is to die twice. So, I have chosen to speak. I speak on behalf of the millions who are in the camps. In Benue State, in Makurdi Diocese alone, in my diocese, I have about 9 camps. 9. On the 5th of March, which was Ash Wednesday, we visited one of the camps, and many of my priests and religious went to the other camps, distributed them to begin the Ash Wednesday with our faithful who are there, because we are the voice of the voiceless. We have to talk for the defenseless. We have to talk about the weak and those who cannot talk about themselves. In one of the camps called the Mega Camp, there were over 3,000 inmates of that camp, and which was a record given to us by government. I speak on behalf of them and those children who have no husband, who have no father, and even their own voices taken away by the politicians who promised to help them, but have become the willing tools of the jihadists because they are talking politically correct statements, looking for next elections to come. I speak on behalf of those whose loved ones have been killed, but no one has even offered a word of consolation to them. I speak on behalf of the thousands of young girls who have been adopted and raped because no one, not even the media, mentions them anymore. Foremost, I speak on behalf of my flock who are unable to worship freely and unable to return to their ancestral farms and homes because that land has been ruthlessly taken from them by the armed herdsmen. And where they say they want to live in peace with the natives, if you must farm, you have to pay tax to hire the land which belongs to you. That is slavery, to say the least about it. As prosperous Nigeria is in the African continent, and I tell you, if there's outbreak of war in Nigeria, no country around us, Chad, Niger, Ghana, Guinea, Togo, no country can contain the population that will flee to these places. No country can be able to house over 5 million refugees. It's not possible because of that. And if 1 million refugees run to Chad and Niger, they'll collapse that country because there'll be no plan to take care of them. So we have to be very careful. Today, I urge you all to use every means within your mandate to start developing a strong and good relationship with Nigeria, where you know that when you speak of human dignity, you are also speaking of the same God-given right you believe is unalienable. Consider that Nigeria can be your ally, but it cannot be one where half the population is in the process of being murderously eliminated. Work with us, the churches, and other Nigerians of goodwill. We are working for a peaceful and prosperous society, and our desperate plight has been set aside U.S. policy for too long, to the cost of thousands of lives. Concretely, I request and I plead, I ask you to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. This has both a practical and diplomatic meaning to signal that you are paying attention to what happens to us and elsewhere in the world. Because the policies the government is trying to put in place, so that to return the IDPs, build camps for them, relocate them from their homes, it is not durable and it will not work, because the government has already the population that is not able to take care of, and then you have over millions of people in the camps, and you want to relocate them to where? And if you do, let's take that you do, how many houses or rooms will you give me who has 5 children, another one has 3, another one has 2, and what will I be doing for a living? These people previously never begged anybody for food. They were managing their lives, training their children, and building their homes. So nobody should have deceived us on the guys that you're going to resettle the IDPs. They have no jobs. So where you set them, what will be their place? And by the way, the fundamental question remains, if you resettle them to other camps or build places for them, what happens with the ancestral lands? Who takes care of them? And this is whereby I feel the government is complacent on this issue. Because these terrorists, Fulanis, displace them, kill people, and then occupy the place, and then change names, nomenclatures of these towns. For what reason? So we want to let the people go back to their homes. and help for them to rebuild their lives. I implore this august body to insist on the return and rehabilitation of all the IDPs to their ancestral lands, and not to relocate them to other constructed camps elsewhere, which is an invented solution now being pushed in the Benue State government. And I tell you, Nigeria government can do that once they have to be accountable. Because I know Nigeria, under the auspices of ECOMOG, was able to reinstate constitutional government in Sierra Leone and Liberia, and they can do that now. We have the capacity, but because the leaders that are not prepared. And I think that's whereby it's not just conspiracy of silence. It is aiding, abetting, and supporting these terrorists to keep doing their work. This is my plea. Thank you very much for this attention.
Greetings from wherever you're watching from. As an Urobo boy who was born in Nigeria, who obtained multiple degrees in Nigeria, ranging from law certifications to language and literature, then to a postgraduate in education, someone who has lived in Nigeria and has been through the rigors of that country, I believe I deserve to air my opinion with regards to what is going on in Nigeria at the moment, and also with regards to the help that the United States troops wants to give right now, which I work with. Now, I'm going to be very brief and quick, and I'm going to highlight in fives the disadvantages that Nigerians feel would come with foreign troops coming to help, and the advantages of Nigeria and Nigerians allowing the United States to come salvage the situation in Nigeria concerning terrorism at the moment. I highlighted some of them, so I'm going to quickly hit on them. So the first I highlighted here is one of the basic fears that Nigerians have is loss of sovereignty. Nigerians are scared that if they allow foreign troops to come, they're going to lose their national control and the willpower to do things by themselves, because America will always intrude. Secondly, Nigerians are scared that the conflict is going to worsen, that American troops coming in is going to worsen the situation on ground. 3, Nigerians are also scared that there will be foreign exploitation. And of course, America will come with their own political interests. They will come for the oil, they will come for the mineral resources. We're going to get through it. Number 4, Nigerians are scared that there will be civilian harm. That in the process of trying to salvage the situation, kill terrorists and thereabouts, civilians will be hurt. Okay? Then lastly, Nigerians are scared that there will be government dependency. That Nigerians will continually be dependent on America for everything. All right, those are genuine concerns, okay? Of course, every help comes with some level of compromise everywhere in the world. But let me also highlight very quickly the 5 basic benefits Nigeria is going to get if they allow America and American troops to come save the situation of the day. 1, enhance counter-terrorism capabilities. Do you know what it is for Nigeria to have access to United States intelligence? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is for Nigeria to have large access to the United States intelligence training for their troops? Hell no, you don't have an idea. If you have an idea, you will let it happen. Because if America gets involved, the defeat of Boko Haram and the likes, according to how my commander-in-chief described it, is going to be vicious, it's going to be quick, it's going to be sweet. It's going to be gone in a short while. I promise you. Yes. Secondly, professional military training. Of course, Nigeria has been getting some foreign training support from England and the rest of them. Do you know what it is for Nigeria to have training from the United States in addition to what they already have, because America troops are going to be on ground for some time, it's going to be a lot of benefits for Nigeria. 3, improve regional security. See, anywhere America build their base, of course they will want to keep it safe and secure. They also want to put measures on ground to make sure that such insurgencies don't continue to exist. Do you understand? Because they're going to put machineries in place. Except, of course, that the country they're trying to help sabotages the effort of the US, like it happened in other places. America currently has bases in Poland, Germany, Romania, the likes of it. Those countries are enjoying the benefits of the presence of the United States there. The United States will not come for your oil because America has more than enough already. The reservoir is too big. Oil is being produced in this country too. So the truth is that the time that America has craze for acquiring mineral resources from other countries has depleted. Yeah. The true intention of coming in right now is to really help. Then also, apart from that, there will be strong diplomatic and economic ties. All those red tapeism that we used to go through to acquire those little aids that we seek, that we always need from foreign countries like America, will be reduced. There will be easy access to these things. We cannot deny the fact that we don't need help. Then finally, if you are a money lender who lends money to a particular individual all the time for a particular business, for example, and this same borrower keeps coming back to the money lender with the same issue that, oh, I need more money to solve the same situation, and this same money lender, this borrower has been unable to pay back the money they've been borrowing, as the money lender, what will you do? Will you not take a proactive step to want to go and double check what your money is being used for, and why is this money being given to you not being used to achieve the purpose that you come to borrow the money for? This time around, America really wanting to know what is going on is an attempt to want to find out why all the help and the financial aid they've been giving is not yielding the results the monies are being collected for. Is that a bad thing to do? From 2017 to 2025, America has given in financial aid and military equipment $10 billion to Nigeria to assist, to aid the obliteration of terrorism in Nigeria. Why is it not yielding effect? Why is the money is being borrowed not yielding the results for which the money is being borrowed? To be very sincere, make I tell you the truth. If Nigeria lost this opportunity where my beloved commander-in-chief, President Donald Trump, is offering us at this moment, now they say don't finish your shike now. It will be hard to bounce back from it, because it is clear that there is no good intention on the part of people who are in charge of the affairs of this nation to want to end the situation, because it is obvious that these guys keep making money yearly from over bloated budgets on security and insecurity. We see it every year. So what makes you feel that anything is going to change? I have family in Nigeria. I have siblings in Nigeria. I want everybody safe. My plea is that the people should continue to seek, to clamor, and wish that this help that United States troop is willing to give at this moment is taken before it's too late.
So this right here is a young lady by the name of Deborah Samuel. She was a Nigerian student, went to a university in the northern region of Nigeria, where she was a minority as a non-Muslim. Now, she happened to say something, I believe, in a text thread that was viewed as quote-unquote blasphemous to the Prophet Muhammad. And as a result of that, she was not only pulled out of her residency, but she was stoned in public. She was set on fire. And then they put her up in a tree. Yeah. Now, the reason you've likely never heard this story is because of who is behind it and who is covering for it. You see, while the Nigerian government is pretending that this never happened or never happened in the way that it was reported, which is what actually happened. As a matter of fact, there was a celebration of this happening. Take a look at this. These are the sorts of messages you would see following the execution of Deborah, right there. To avoid a Deborah fate, mind your business and keep Islam and its activities out of your mouth. Now, if she was seen as the problem by these individuals, then I would say there is likely an issue with this sort of ideology, would you not?
I want to make a reaction on a video on the Twitter space where a lady is saying she's from Kaduna, that she has experienced the killing of Christians firsthand, and her first question is, if Muslims are being killed, where are the evidence? Is there any community where you see they go and they buy people like this? Most times, these bad guys, they target the Nigerian military. They come, they just kidnap their victims and run into the bushes. But we've not seen this macheting of people among the Muslim community. If they have video evidence, they should start posting. If they have video evidence, they should show the world where Muslims are being killed. That is why people are saying that it's not just about farmer herders clash. It's all about genocide, taking away people's ethnic cleansing. You want to take Christians away and take over their communities. Now, let me take you through some of the reactions from Nigerians on this post where this Southern Kaduna lady said she has really witnessed it right from her primary school days until now. The thing is still on. So guys, you can imagine how many persons have been killed. So when Trump is calling the figure of people that have been killed because their only crime is believing in Christ, the government is debunking it. This government does not even go to listen to the people. The media houses, I watched somebody who was saying the media don't even go to the people to find out what exactly is happening. You know? Now, let's take a look at some of this reaction. This person saying, no Ribadu, the NSA to the president, emotional plea with American officials for help to end Boko Haram banditry and kidnapping in Nigeria. He expressed his desire for Nigeria to become a beautiful country like America. 2 years later, he's denying it. You see, this person is trying to say that New Ribad was telling America to come end insecurity, but today he is saying there's no buying of Christians in Nigeria. That's to tell you how many heads have ruled in this country. I mean, how many people have been buyed. If there was no Christian genocide, why will an imam have to hide 300 Christians from Islamic fundamentalists? This is it. You know, Yoruba, as una know, one free say there is genocide. Una must agree this map. I don't know what this person is trying to say in, let me see. Okay, this person says it's just better Nigeria be divided. Okay, now this other person said the truth does not care about anyone's emotion, whether you want to admit it or not. The truth is that there's systemic cleansing of predominantly Christian rural community. Christian rural communities and the Nigerian state is complicit. That is it. I mean, Nigerians are saying if the Muslim community, so if the Muslim community is saying Muslims are being killed, where are the evidence? We know that these bad guys, they only go to target military people, they ransack villages, they can kidnap them, but they don't buy them. But when you come to where Christians are, they use machete and gun. They use machete to pieces. That if you have been on the internet to see the last attack that happened on Monday night that done to yesterday, okay, Tuesday night that done to yesterday, Wednesday, you will not be able to sleep if you had seen those images. This person said Nigeria government will trend the pain, debate the pain, analyze the pain, but doing something about the pain. Nigerian government will trend the pain, debate the pain, analyze the pain, but doing something about the pain, another story entirely. And then this person here says it's the Yoruba evil people normally that sit on the fence. Currently, they are sleeping on the fence because a drug dealer, their tribal brother, is on the throne. I don't know why this person is going this direction. Anyway, Yorubas are the problem with Nigeria. This is what this person is saying. The Yorubas are the problem of Nigeria. Now, this person said, each time this topic comes up, I always remember my secondary school classmate that used to tell us stories about the killing of Kafirs, church burning he used to experience while he was in Kaduna. Don't let these jihad supporting niggas gaslight you. Nigerians speak up. Nigerians speak up. Nigerians speak up. If they say that Muslims are being killed, show us evidence. Show us evidence like this, like what we have seen, what everybody has seen. Even in this 21st century, last time, Very Dark Man went to Benue and Plateau and was displaying photos of human beings burnt into ashes. Where has it happened? In the north. Only among Christian communities. And when a savior is coming, God is sending a Messiah to save Nigeria. And people are saying, Trump is coming for our resources. Let him come and pack and give us peace. This one says, Christians, it's time for we all to stop being a coward. We should all stand up and fight for our faith, just as the Jews are doing. If the states of Israel are behaving the way we, the Christians in Africa, are, other places are behaving, by now there wouldn't be anything like a state. I mean, this is really, really true, honestly. The Christians really have to come and the Christians need to come together and stand up like the Jews are doing. You know, God is not going to come down to save Israel today. God is going to help them to do the fighting. And that is, in Nigeria, they will tell you it's against the constitution, but it's not against the constitution for them to buy people, right? We that experience radical Islam is firsthand know she's spitting straight facts, no sugar coating, just raw truth. This is Christian genocide, period. And this person say it's been happening for long now. Is the time to put an end to it. To the terrorists must not be pardoned by them. They must be wiped out. The government must go all out on them. So we don't know why the Tinubu's government is still trying to protect these people. There's no genocide, just for this thing to continue. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.